Okay, so here's our pH meters. They're stored with the tip of the pH probe in a pH 4 solution with potassium iodide. And so in order to get this out of here, you need to carefully unscrew the cap. You can't just yank these out, it won't come out. The rubber gasket's kind of holding it tight once it's capped off. So you're going to carefully unscrew these. Now be careful not to spill the liquid inside here. So just set that off to the side somewhere where it's not going to get knocked over. And then you can remove the cap. Alright, and then you can also go ahead and put the cap back on the storage solution just so that they're together. Alright, now your pH probe is, I don't know, fairly sensitive equipment. There is a glass sphere right at the end of this thing that their pH is actually taken. Alright, so that is fragile. That's why there are these pieces of plastic kind of extending beyond that so that you wouldn't potentially accidentally break it. Now I know we broke one last trimester, so we're going to try not to break any more again. And so you're just going to rinse off the pH meter before you use it with distilled water. You can rinse it off over the sink. You don't have to do that here. And then when you're taking your reading, you simply just put the pH probe in the liquid, like this is sulfuric acid or acid rainwater, and take an instant reading. Swirl it around a little bit, taking care not to knock the edges of this thing against the glass. When you're done with the reading, go ahead and rinse the pH meter again to get any acid off. Okay, and now this is what you don't want to do. You don't want to let that sit and air dry. You want to make sure that this is always either being used or back in the storage solution. So don't just let it sit around, it'll dry, and then potentially that'll ruin the pH meter as well. So when you're done using it, simply put the cap back on and put it back into the storage container, and that will also prevent it from spilling. So there you go, that's how the pH meter will be stored when not in use. So between every reading, go ahead and store the pH meter like that.